Hey there, lads and lasses. This here, of course, is Thunderhand64 coming at you live from the west coast of the United States here on a Friday morning. It is a little bit past 11 a.m. That can only mean that it's time for some Buffooncraft SMP Season 6. I see me adjusting my seat here in the chair. Doing the stool adjustment shuffle here. All right. Welcome on in, Real Foolish Sage. Sage. Should be able to see the auto shout out up there for fellow Buffoon. Please go check him out when streaming next. You should not be disappointed. Also, welcome to Friday, everybody. Slancha. Got myself a little bit of the Trooper Ale for today. Happy Friday! So a couple of updates. I do have a video redeem prepared for the month of April. I was going to premiere that today. However, I have finally reached my limit of 20 Triggerfire redeems. That's the limit. So what am I going to do about that? So I wasn't able to upload it because of that. So what I was thinking of doing is just cycling out some of the other redeems. Yeah, see? But we don't have the video redeem for it. So I should actually go in and disable that until we have it ready. Um, or until I fix this situation. But so your trigger fire only permits you to have 20 redeems. And so I'm thinking of just cycling out some of the older ones. So every time there's a new one, cycle out the old one, or just annually go cycle out all the ones from the year before. Sage, please. All right. Apparently, I'm doing this. So, uh, no, it won't. Eventually, like maybe weeks from now, possibly. Let's see. There. Okay. We should be good. Okay. Moderation has been completed. So, as I was saying, we will cycle out some of the older redeems. Remember, all of the redeems can be viewed in the behind the redeem channel on our public Discord. So even though we cycle them out of the queue, you can still always go back and see some of the other ones. And who knows, if there's enough of a demand, we can bring back a redeem, right? Some of the redeems that will not be cycled out, though, We Kachi Laugh will always be there. That will always be there. But I'll either cycle out and because I can't really decide because I like them all, which ones to cycle out and which ones not. So I'm just going to go chronologically. Cycle out the oldest one for the newest one, replace them one by one, or maybe just each year, just take out the year before, or do something like that, right? So I haven't decided which one of those I'm going to do. It's probably going to be whichever one turns out to be the easiest one to manage. That's probably what I'm going to do. So, and again, if there's enough of a demand, bringing an older one back, sure, why not? But Wikachi Laugh will always be available. That one, I'm never going to cycle that one out. So. But that's actually kind of a milestone if you think about it. 20 trigger fire redeems, because I create a new one every month, so that's 20 months worth of redeems if you think about it. That's almost 2 years. Almost. That's cool. That's really cool. All right, let's get the display scene up and going. Yeah, that's cool, huh? Let's log into the Buffooncraft Season 6 server. The Season 6 server. Wow, it's been a while since we've been here. Actually, it hasn't been a while. It's been exactly a week. Okay. But remember, spam it for one last stream. You really only get 2 shots per person, right? So. Also, they're in chronological order in the Discord behind the Redeem stream. So you can see which one's going to be cycled out. Yeah, okay. Well, hey, if it brings people into the stream, I actually don't mind. That's why I set it up that way. I suppose you could spam it, but... So this is on what we are working today. And it's really cool because, again, you can see how close this thing is getting to the island now. I say spam, but I mean it like give it a good send-off. Yeah, I know. It's okay. It's okay. There we go. That might make for a good thumbnail. We'll see. Maybe if I frame it like that. Yeah, that's pretty good. That is pretty good. Right. Okay, let's get ourselves to work here. We are working on the edge, the rim of the pit here, out of which our giant is crawling. I really got to figure out something for the rendering here. Let's get into here. Let's see what I have for supplies, because I'm thinking maybe I came back here for supplies or something. Maybe not. I'm not sure. I know I'm going to get back over there, and then I'm going to discover why I came back here, and then have to return here, but whatever. There he is. I think the last time we were getting our new zombie Nautilus. Nautilus. And you know what? I think I'm going to keep the iron armor on him, because that looks cool. That looks cool. I like it. Been working very hard on the maths for Buffooncraft 2. I was making some progress, and now I decided to change something, and that set me back a little bit more. But probably later today I might have one of the other major features of Skyrim finished. Nova's working on the top side of that, and I'm working on the bottom side of it. So, but back to this. I've got some ideas. And what I think I was doing was just terraforming these flat areas around. I think that's what I was doing. And I wasn't really putting in like the vegetation and features like that. I think I was just working on elevation. Just unflattening it. Adding some relief. I think that's what I was doing the last time. Or I may have been dressing up this edge too. Let's swim around and have a butcher. Yeah, I may have been dressing up this edge and then just doing a little bit of terraforming. I knew I recall that I had done some terraforming over here. You can see where I've started to break up some of these flat areas. And one thing I wanted to do, I remember, was not just to have things elevate upward, but I wanted to have things lower too. Just features that do this kind of thing. I think we should dismount from our friend here and just put some features in here that Also bring the elevation downward, right? Just to break things up a little bit. I don't want to deviate too far from it. I don't want to make any like really crazy features because I think we have enough of those already. Just naturally. Right? But just a few things like that here and there. And then do similar things around here. And then we can, what I'm thinking next is to hollow out the center area. Oh, there's my New England accent for you. My area. Oh, the classic elevate downward. Well, it depends on how you set your origin and your axes, right? All right, there, buddy. There you go. Okay, so what to do about this now? I'm thinking I would like to just go around and dress up the edge of this. I think that's a nice mindless kind of thing to do. And I will have felt like I have made some progress. So, that being said, let's gather some of that stuff right there. There we go. I do not believe that I require 2 boats. One will suffice. Let's see. And we'll see if I have any more tough bricks here. We just may end up crafting some more here. Yeah, I think I'm good there. All right, yeah, we'll craft up some more. That should do it. And then Sage goes into the lurk. Thank you for the lurk. Appreciate it. Tough bricks. There we go. Tough bricks. The nice part of this is afterward, going through and texturing it. That's fun. I like doing that. Okay, so I'm thinking to put this stuff in the offhand, like so, and then you can do something like that, and then like that. But I'm thinking overpowered pickaxe and overpowered shovel they are not the right tools for this job. So let's swap those out. Pickaxe, yeah, they might be here in tools too. Let's take a look. We can do that. We can do that. That's still efficiency 5. That's still efficiency 5. Here we go. Unbreaking 3 and mending. That's a good one. And then, yeah, see, here we go. I hate you toilet should stay in there, I think. Anything with Kachi in it. But, yeah, let's do some moderation here. Bye-bye. There it is. That is a good ban video redeem, isn't it? Okay, back to lurk. Thank you, sir. You know what I should do, though? Before I put this away, I should keep the Silk Touch pickaxe in the inventory because I may break an ender chest. And when you do that with the non-Silk Touch pickaxe, that sucks. Yeah, it's not fun. All right, so we will go like this. And then like that and like that. Yeah, see, this makes all of this stuff easier to do. Dude, I swear, if you don't back off and let me do my job, yeah, see, we'll just go around and do this kind of a thing. Now, I'm not going to, so within this area here, I'm not going to do too much in the way of really crazy terraforming because this kind of accentuates this. If this gets too cluttery, then this kind of loses its form a little bit. It's too distracting. So that's my plan there. Dolphin, please. Please. Okay, that's looking good right there. All right, I think we're good here. And I really like features like this, where there's a canyon here and we extend the bricks downward like that. That's cool. All right, so we've got a little bit of elevation here. Looking good. That is cool that we've reached the 20 trigger fire video redeem. That is really cool. And I'm just going to follow this existing terrain that we have here. I don't think it's worthwhile to do anything too crazy there. Not for now. And I don't really care if this is hollow in between because it won't be seen. But you know what will be seen is this. So It's little details like this that we have to focus on. Or not overlook anyway. Because this lends to the illusion, you might say. Okay, we're good here. This kind of takes care of that issue over here. And then there's some of this. I don't know what I did about this. Did I bring this all the way down? Yes, I did. Some of this needs to be touched up, though. Like so. I don't know what happened there, but it's an easy fix. Let's load up the offhand. The off thunderhand. There we go. We'll do this one down here too. And we'll just go around touching this up. Okay, I'm good there. I'm good there. Excuse me. Developed a little bit of a cough over the last 24 hours. I don't know what's going on. It could be that it's just that the air is very dry and dusty. But I've noticed Kachi has himself a cough. I hope I didn't catch anything from him. All right, this is good. This is good. All right, so see, that was mission accomplished there. That was pretty cool. All right, let's work on some elevation now. I think that's what I was trying to say earlier. Let's do that. So we'll get some various blocks, quite a bit of sand actually, and a few different types of stone. I believe I have most of my tuff right in here. Hey, do the thing. All right. So cobble, no. Andesite, yeah. So I don't think we're going to be using that anytime soon, or that. We really don't need both of these. But you know what I could do? I could just keep that in the inventory. That's both a weapon and a tool. It's a multitasker, everyone. And we could do this. We'll pull some andesite. Dirt, maybe. See, we can just do that. Although we can't really use this for anything down here anyway, so it doesn't really matter between this and the sword. Down here, yeah, it doesn't make a difference. Sandstone. We can use a little bit of sandstone, I suppose. We could use some gravel. I'll keep this in the inventory. I'll swap it out. Dirt, though, I don't know. I don't like the way that the dirt looks underwater. I think that looks like poop. Let's do this. A little bit of the granite. Not really thrilled with granite too much, but I can do some of it. Dripstone, maybe. We do need some more andesite, though. Andesite we'll use. Plus, we can clean out the inventory, too, and get rid of a lot of this stuff. Let's get a whole stack of that. A whole stack of gravel so we can get rid of some of this gravelonius. What else? What else? It'll reclaim some of our sand from Dora. There we go. A little bit of stone, maybe. Then we'll go get some other materials, too. Here, we can get rid of some of that sandstone. Okay, that's cool. So I'm thinking we just pick out a flattened area here and here we might want to switch back to overpowered pickaxe. Then we could do some of this stuff around here, right? Get that out of there. I forgot to do that. For example, we can make a couple of... And I like to work on the taller features first. There's Dora. Looking while I killed some zombies. Oh, that's right. You have your 7-day server. I need to speak to you about that a little bit later. Young lady. And there, of course, is the mighty Lone Star. Hey, Thunder. Lone, how are you doing? Lone, it's Friday. I have my Trooper Ale. Slancha. You should see the auto shoutouts up there for both Lone and Dora. Fellow buffoons. Let's do something like... Let's make some short ones like this. Then we'll make some slightly bigger features. Like that, maybe. See, we just dot them around like that. That's good, right? That's fine. That's fine. And make some bigger ones, like maybe... Come on, Thunder. Come on, please. There we go. Maybe something like... Come on, hands, please. Now, I know that looks very regular looking, but we'll take care of that in a moment. See, you can put a regular feature, a regular looking feature down there, and then just bust it up with something less regular looking. Right? And just throw it off a little bit. Like that. Then one of the things we can do is we can get around to maybe here. And then we can put some features in here that are a little bit lower in elevation. And it's a similar kind of thing here where you can just make some shapes like that, right? And just to bust up the terrain. Again, I don't want to go too tall or too deep with this stuff. Maybe 2 above and 2 below. That's good. Yeah, just some features like that, just to break things up, right? Sometimes when I have a canyon in here like this, I like to do something like that, just to lower this terrain down into that a little bit more gradually. And now, because of that, we can do, well, let's break up this mess over here a little bit. That, okay, that's good. Yeah, like, see, we can do some stuff with this gravel here because it's already naturally... Did I mention how much I hate involuntary swim mode? I think I have, right? I think we've established that. We'll use some of this gravel around here to... make this elevation feature a little bit more gradual. Something like that. That's pretty good. We can make some taller bits here. Like that. There we go. Just to break things up a little bit. We can do a similar thing like right around here. When you have these canyon features, you can step them down a little bit more. Like that on the sides. Then you can, again, use a little bit of gravel here and there to there, something like that. Just to get rid of some of those things to break things up a little bit. You can also step down some of these ledges too, like this. Right? Just to do things like that, just to break things up a little bit. We can make another one, another something or other like this. Right, and then we can get rid of some of this diorite. Yeah, that's not bad. Usually whenever I see something like this and it's a little bit too angular, I like to do something like that to break it up. This is me trying to terraform. And I'm terrible at terraforming. But, you know, I do the best I can here. And I have the very best Minecrafting companions from which to draw inspiration. So, that's always cool. All right, we can do something like that to break things up a little bit. We can grab this. That's not bad. Do I have any more sandstone? Yes, I do. There, we can put a little bit of sandstone in there. If we do it right, we can put some in and around here too, like that. And then we can do a little something like this. Right. Make some sandstone outcroppings like right around here. And maybe do a little something like this. There, that gets rid of those. And this is serving two purposes. You know, we're doing a little terraforming around here just to break up some of these flat plains. We have that going, but we're also trying to get rid of some of this stuff too. It's also a little bit of inventory management. There's Boacars. Hey, welcome on in, Bo. You should see the auto shout out up there for Boacars. How you doing, my friend? Did you not have an anniversary stream recently? Because I did bop in for that for a little bit. If I have the occasion correct. Yeah, we can try to break this up a little bit. Good. How's the buffoonery going? Yep, it was a 6-6. Wow. The buffoonery is going fine, thank you. I'm still a little bit lonely on the server. Everybody's pretty much either focused on Buffoon Skies 2 or they are just taking a break. So I have the server to myself, which is, you know, extremely tempting for mischief. Extremely tempting. Very, very tempting to go around and commit some shenanigans. Buffoons, you've been put on notice. That will show them to leave you unsupervised. The sad thing about that is they trust me to leave me unsupervised, which I'm not sure is a good thing to do. I'm really not. Thought it was your turn to watch Grandpa. So we've got a trip up to Seattle planned next month. Going to fly up there to see older son Biggity for his birthday, his 21st birthday. So I can't let that go by. That requires my attention. There we go. Yeah, see, if you just do a couple of things like that and just break things up. If anything happens to my base, I will know who done it. Well, you will suspect who had done it. If I don't stream it and it's not on the VOD, there will be no evidence. But yeah, it's been like 5 years, and this was first anniversary. I have actually caught. Oh, yeah, yeah, I hear you. Uh-oh. You stay right there, Puffy. Yeah, we were just saying Video Redeem has been ready for this month, but we've actually reached our maximum of 20 video redeems. So Triggerfire only allows you to have 20 at any one time. And I make a new video redeem every month, so that's 20 months. That's almost 2 years of video redeems. So I'm going to have to cycle out some of the older ones and to make way for some of the new ones, which isn't a bad thing. And just as a reminder, the newer or all of the video redeems. That one's going to be hard to retire. That one is going to be hard to retire. I mean, number one, it's so applicable to just anything in general. So it's very useful. So there's that. But also, it's just such a good song. Such a good song. But all of the redeems will always be archived on the behind the redeem channel in the community Discord server. So even if I cycle them out and retire them, two things: you can always go there to see them, and you can always request to have one brought back too. The Wikachi Laugh will always be available. I will never retire that one. But yeah, that's my plan. That's what I plan to do with that. I miss that laugh. I really do. It's my fave. It's my fave. There's a couple of Kachi redeems like that. Like I Hate You Toilet. That one's got to stay. There's Waylander Tone. Welcome on in, Tone. You should see the auto shout out up there for Tone. And Boa Cars. That's when Kachi was a little dude. Kachi's about to turn 15 now. He's going to be driving soon. But that's my favorite laugh. I have a number of favorite laughs from various people.
It seems to run on some form of electricity.
Well, you're not wrong.
So as far as how to cycle them out and which ones to retire and whatnot, I can't really decide that based on how much I like them or whatnot, you know, so I'm thinking I'm just going to do that chronologically. I'll just bump the oldest one out for the newest one. So I think I'm just going to cycle them that way. All right, this is good. See, now this is a pretty simple way to go about doing this, and it breaks things up a little bit. And then when we put in some light vegetation in there and stuff, you know, it'll look better. So we have the kelp fields here. My dad told my nephew he wasn't allowed to spend his money on driving lessons as he wasn't old enough to learn. Though my nephew kept telling he would be 17 on his birthday. So for here, it is 16. You're eligible for your license when you're 16 years old. You can get your learner's permit when you're 15 and a half. Kachi has already been learning to drive. For about 2 years now, and that's all I'm going to say about that. That's all. Because here it's also a law that you can drive before that, but only on private property. So I've been teaching Kachi early. Nothing illegal, just... I did the same with Biggie, with Biggity. I got him started extra early, and my idea there is so they will be very, very comfortable when they are for their driver's test. For Biggity, that worked out great. He took his driver's test, and that was nothing for him. There's a lot here as well. Good. One of the aspects of California culture, especially in the LA area, is you really have to drive. You do. Our public transportation is a joke here, and yeah, you actually can't get by here at all without a car. You really can't. So I need to get them I needed to get them started as early as possible. Also, Old Man Thunderhand is getting a little too old to drive. I do a lot of driving. And I thought, since I retired, I would do less driving because I had the commute from the Nether for a very long time. It really destroyed both brain and body really badly, and our vehicles too. But I thought when I retired, I would drive less, and actually, I'm driving about the same. Not cool. It's not cool, people. So it's been great to have Biggity driving because when he's home from university, he helps me out with the driving a lot. And it's like, oh, thank God. So I'm pretty anxious to get Kachi started. And that will take a lot of the driving off of me. It's a bit of a catch-22 because, for an older person like myself, you don't want to lose your independence. And so being able to drive is a big part of being independent here. Because like I said, public transportation, not cool. Not cool here. There are other places that you can live where you don't need a car at all. In fact, it's more of a problem owning a car than it is not owning a car. Like Taiwan, for example. Their public transportation is so slick there, right? That you really don't need a car. In fact, it's more of a problem owning a car there than it is not. So, yeah, that's a good place to live if you don't like to drive. But there are some major cities, even in the U.S., there are some major cities that have good enough public transportation where that's also the case. Los Angeles is not one of them. No. Yeah, I hear you. I hear you, Tone. Tempest Fugit and all that. All right, so yeah, we just need to break up this. Now, I don't want to make features around here that are too tall and whatnot because I kind of want this to gradually ease into the rest of the terrain. And there can be some abrupt features here and there that kind of helps break things up too. London has pretty good public transport. I would imagine so. The biggest problem here is train prices are stupid. Got to lurk now. Yeah. The cool thing is Taiwan, they're very, very affordable. Very affordable. And of course, the people know how to behave, right, on the public transportation. So they're spotlessly clean, right? It's just, and it's not because of the management. It's because of the people, right? It's just a culture, right? So public transport is pretty good in major cities, but yes, train prices, there is no need for them. Yeah. Yeah, Los Angeles, their public works, there is just so much corruption that, we can't get anything built here at all. It's ridiculous. And the thing is, the culture and the layout here is absolutely prime for public transportation, and we'll never have it. One guy did a video. He flew to Turkey to do a food shop and cost less than what it would. Yes. Some in the U.S. are pretty good. When I went to visit Washington, D.C. in, I think, 2009, their subway system was actually surprisingly very good. For all the bad press you hear from Washington, D.C., their public transportation was very, very good. It was very clean. It was very accessible. It was very affordable. Very, very good. In Boston, the T has always been really good in Boston. The T is their transportation system there, not TEA that they threw in the harbor. Brits? Yeah, so the Los Angeles area is built on a huge flat basin surrounded by mountains, and it's the biggest open flat area on the entire West Coast. That's why Los Angeles is such a big city, because you don't have to build upward. You could just keep building out and out and out and out and out. It's just that's why it's so big. It's not because of the resources like San Francisco and San Diego, the immediate competitors. They have better resources and features and stuff like that, but it's the terrain in Los Angeles that makes it so good, because it's so easy to build on. It also makes it so good for public transportation, but it's just like I said, the corruption is so severe here that you'll never get it. We'll never get it here. And also, even if we did get some half-hearted attempt at public transportation here, the cost to use it would be outrageous. All right, what do I want to do here? I want to put in a few sand features here, so I'm going to steal back some of Dora's sand here that I've been sequestering for her. We have that, but we have that. So we'll do that, and we've got a lot more sand here for you, Dora. We have to dig out the hole in the inner ring here. That's going to produce a lot more. I don't know if you still want any of that, but I haven't forgotten. Do something like that and make a little hillock down here. And then we can just go around and do something like a little something like this, I'm thinking. There. Just make a couple of little mounds of sand like that. We could put a few in here and there, like. Like that, just to kind of break things up a little bit. There we go. Again, this area looks very, very flat, so it's good to hollow out some of this stuff. Let's take that. go. We'll make some lower elevation features here. Groovy. Yeah, that's not bad. That's okay. Let's put in a little something right here. Gonna break up that flat area. Same thing with this. Put a little something right here. There we go. Yeah, I'm digging it. Okay, now we have this whole thing here to do. Let's zip around to have a look, because this might be like the last terrain feature we have. It might be. I think I did that over there already. Yeah, it looks like it. Let's employ our friend Nemo over here, because we can zip around on him a little bit quicker. And in fact, it is time for us to take an ad break. So let us take an ad break for about 3 minutes, and then when we come back, we'll survey the situation, get an update, and then proceed. We will be right back. Hey there, and we're back. And apparently the playlist has. There we go. Okay. Run aground. All right, let's get back at this display scene right over there. And you know what? We really don't need that graphic on right now. Well, I don't know. It is kind of setting a bound, though, isn't it? All right, we were going to survey our work. So let's do that. Hey there, Nemo, old buddy. Oh, that's Prince Dakar we're on today. We should go get Nemo because he's quicker. But that's okay. Well, we'll use this guy for today. He's slower than Nemo, but still faster than player swimming. So I think it's this bit in here is the last bit that we have to do. Then after that, we have to start digging out the middle area. Usually I haven't been, in the past I haven't really utilized gradients too much in building. And of course that's a common practice of modern Minecrafters, right? Gradients has become the thing, right? It's expected now. So I'm thinking on the interior I might try that for a change. Because what I'm trying to avoid is having to build the giant's body all the way downward. I really don't want to do that. So I would like to dig this central area downward, just partially downward, and then just make it grade down into blackness so I don't have to build out the body. I think I'm going to have to build out some of the body, though. I think I'm going to have to. More than I originally intended. So we'll dig this out down here, down to a certain depth, and then we'll see what happens. I might also build out some sort of tail feature that comes up and out of the water in the back. I might do that. But honestly, I'm trying to finish this. Get this to a state where I can leave it, and then I can move onward to actually working on some of the island itself, because I really want to do that. I really want to finish this up so I can get to that. So I'm trying not to add more features and ideas onto this. I'm really just trying to finish this up as much as I can. Cool. All right. You know what? I think the way I can go about this is to put in all of the negative elevation features and then go back and put in some of the positive ones. So, yeah, and this is what I mean. See, we can go around putting in features like that first. Because we're just digging things out, right? So that's... Did I just make that perfectly symmetrical? I think I did. Let's break it up a little bit, shall we? There. Okay, that's good. Let's go put in another one right here. Like that. There we go. We can do something like this and break this up a little bit. Of course, the gravel always helps us out with this, right? Then we can just go use said gravel. Let's try that again. Use said gravel. Right over to here. There we go. I'll just break this up a little bit. There we go, something like that. And then I can lower this down a little bit more. There, that's good. Then I'm thinking over here. We can do something like this. Yeah, that's pretty good. Okay, so we can do something like that. Here we can use this dirt to help us out. That, and maybe do something like this. Cool. I think we need something right around here, and we can dig out a little sand while we're at it. Do a little something like this. Uh-oh. Dude, I'm trying to work here. Really. The adults need to work. So we can kind of break up that like super linear looking pattern there. Kind of break that up a little bit. Same thing over here. Do a little something like that, you know what I'm saying? Just to kind of break up some of this. This looks super linear. Yeah, see, that kind of breaks things up. We'll do a little bit more right here. Then we'll do some things like that. There, see? There we go. That's looking a little better. Okay, it seems like we have plenty of sand on us, so let's utilize that. All right. Do some things like that. There we go. Yeah, okay, I'm liking this. Okay, we can break up some of that. It's good. We'll just add a small one right here. Maybe something like that. We need to bust up this area in and around here. Good, that breaks that up. You know what? I think this is good enough. I think I have a little bit of this granite here that I can get rid of. Good. Dirt, stone. We have some stone we can get rid of. Make some outcroppings of stone like right here. We have a little bit of andesite that we can get rid of. Like we can put some andesite right here. How much more do we have? We have that much more. That's good. This needs to be broken up a little bit, but maybe we can use a little bit more sand here. Little dots of sand here and there. Yeah, I think that does it. Right? That breaks up that flat plane a little bit. And we purged our inventory quite a bit there. I think we're good. Now what we can do is, I think, if I'm not mistaken, if I just bone meal this stone under here, I think it'll just grow the seagrass. We're going to go try that out. So we're going to need to fetch some bone meal. And if that works, that would be really great. I'm pretty sure it does. I haven't utilized that feature in quite some time, so we'll see. Come on, can I get out of swim mode, please? Thank you. Okay. Let's go take the prints back. Yeah, you just stay right there. You just stay right over there. Just mind your own business. Okay, cool. We'll just do this. Right here and do that. And dismount. And up we go. We'll take ourselves a little nap. Oh, that's some good stuff. So, what were we thinking? Bone meal, right? Bony bits. Something like that. That should be plenty. Let's go, dude. Yeah, see the zombified Nautiluses are really quick. I could put on the speed bursts too, like this. We'll do this. We'll stake him up over here. There you go. Yeah, the iron armor looks pretty cool on them, actually. I like it. All right, so we wanted to try this out, and hopefully this does the thing. I think it will. Ah. Oh yeah. See, this is what I'm talking about. See, once you do that, everything gets better. This is another way you can break up some of these broad, flat areas. Like right in and around here, I think is a little too much, so we can just do that just to bust it up a little bit. Oh, we already have some stuff right around there, but still, yeah, just a little bit more. Because some of these places, you want like a large empty area. But you can, you know, it need to leave a little space between it, I feel. I mean, you can have some patches that are bigger. Like you can do a patch like that, for example, which is a bigger patch than the other ones. But, you know, if you leave some space in between, I think it makes for a better effect. Like over here, right? You can do that and it'll help graduate things. Help bring things together a little bit better. Yeah, getting the edges is pretty important. There you go. So I think we need a little bit right here. Like right around there. I think that's good. And a little bit under his hand over here. Excuse me. So something like that. Right, and then if we get a little bit of altitude like this, see, it just breaks things up. And I really don't need too much in the way of kelp in this area because I think kelp blocks the view for things, right? So, see, if you just do a little bit like that here and there. It helps to break things up. There we go. Now, I'm not going to remove all of the kelp from this area. A couple of pieces of kelp here and there are pretty good. But I don't want a lot of kelp in here. Because I think it just blocks the build a little bit too much. The seagrass is good because it's short, right? And so it doesn't really block anything out. It just enhances, and that's what we're looking for here. Put some along the wall here like this, like that. And again, here you don't want to overdo this. That. And if you do this right, you might be able to like make it come down the hill like that. That's really cool. Let's do that. And like that. Cool. Here we can put a somewhat large patch like right there. Nice. You know, sometimes, I wouldn't say sometimes, I would say often, but there are times where Minecraft gets it right. And a feature like this, where you can just bone meal surfaces under the water and grow the seagrass. Well done. Well done, Minecraft. Now see, I'm thinking this kelp patch might be a little too much here. But also, it's between here and the island, so maybe that's a good thing. I don't know. I'm going to leave it for now. But if it winds up looking like... If it winds up looking too janky, I'm going to get rid of it. Okay, all of this is pretty natural in here. This looks pretty good. And then we're back to where we started. I like it. I'm thinking that's pretty good. I really like that. Now, as far as other underwater features go, I think we're all set. I don't think we really need coral. This isn't the biome for it. So I think we're good there. Again, you know, I have to be extra careful not to overdo it with this. But I think we've done a good job here. I like this. And how am I doing for time? I'm doing excellent for time. I have 29 minutes left of the stream. I think, everyone, I think we're going to actually start hollowing out the middle hole of the pit. I think we're onto that. I think we're ready for that. We can start that on this stream. That is so cool. I always get that extra bit of satisfaction out of a productive stream. Because usually streams are meant to be for just grindy kinds of tasks, right? Mining, clearing out areas, gathering resources, right? As far as actually building stuff, you know, usually don't do that kind of stuff on stream. You especially don't do redstone on stream. But I don't know, I like to do that stuff. But, you know, it comes with the possibility of having some less than productive streams. Especially when you don't plan them out ahead of time extensively. Look, please. Can you calm down with the pickaxe, please? So a couple of things we're going to need. We're going to need to move some of these beacons, which is what I'm doing right now. If I have another beacon, running 2 beacons would be best for this. Okay, and somebody cannot, or somebody will not, read the stream tags. No solicitano. Oh, look at this guy. I've come over with my fishing rod to help. Yeah, no you haven't. You're not fooling anyone. Yeah, so these beacons are going to be critical in this next stage. And I'm thinking, I was initially thinking 2 beacons, one across from each other at the 45s. But then I'm thinking, oh, what the heck am I doing? 1 beacon back in the middle where I originally had it. That's what's needed. Let's do that. So we'll clear out our inventory and then we'll go back to that beacon and move it back to the central location on the inside. The diameter is less than 50, I believe, from this edge to the middle, so I think we're good. Yeah, here we go. So we need to do this. We need to do that and that. We'll leave 1 in there because we're going to reset that beacon. We will do that and that. All of this looks good. We're good there. Rest of the inventory looks like it's all set. So let's go fetch this beacon then. We have a lot of smooth stone to recover. So I'm thinking we'll just start with the outside and then work our way inward layer by layer all the way down. And I forget if I left an actual central location for this thing, or if I just had it going up through the scaffolding, I forget, but we'll see when we get in there. So we're at layer 47, huh? We may go down to layer 0. I think that'll be far enough down. And so right around deep slate level, I think that'll be good enough. We shouldn't have to go down below that. Besides, the beacon doesn't help us down at that level anyway, so there is that to consider. That would be another reason why I wouldn't want to do that. And that might be enough to create the gradient effect to get us down there. Please, with the swim mode, please. So after the stream, I will cycle out the oldest redeem, video redeem, and cycle in the new one. And then I'll also make an announcement just to make sure that everybody knows. All right, let's grab our iron blocks. They are precious. Although they shouldn't be. It's just that we don't AFK the iron farm as often as we should. That thing over there, which is one of my favorite builds. It's just so silly. That's what I love about it. So, you know, there is the efficiency of a farm, but then there's, you know, that has in recent years given way to the silliness factor, which I find so much more satisfying. All right, let's get set up in here. So the conduit should be right at ground zero there, and I think I just made the beacon right next to it. Oh, this does have a specific location though, because we do have the hole up above there. It looks like it's right around here. I mean, I could climb up there and get the exact... Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just save the time, right? Let's get the exact coordinates. Maybe we'll do the sleeping thing while we're up here. Oh, okay. Now, where is this? Is this it with the glass pane? Here it is. Good. Now we can just do targeted block, and we get negative 998. Then we get 3,807, and then I think we're good. Double check. Yes. All right. Let's do that and that. Let's climb back down. So it appears to be centered right there. What, did I not type it in? I probably didn't hit enter, right? I think I'm good though. Like this. Like that. Okay. Groovy. We are cranking along. Did I miss out on some blocks? Did they float away on me? Also, where is that spider and where did he come from? Oh, he must be in a different part. Now, I went through most of the hollow spaces here, as many as I possibly could. To try to light them up, to mob-proof them. However, yeah, we can't do that yet. I'm 2 iron blocks shy. Ugh. Fine, whatever. Oh, wait. I think I can just grab them through here without having to go back. Because I always carry an ender chest with me, and that's what I do. Yep. Because I'm a professional Minecrafter, everyone. Moxel rockets, tools 2. It should be in tools 1. Like that. Then we go like this. We do that like that. We do that like that, and like that, and we should be good. Haste 2, baby, that's what I'm talking about. Get back here. All right, so we should be good to go. One thing I would like to do is to set up some double chests because we're going to be... Now, I should have some double chests all ready to go, but we're going to get so many more materials hollowing out this hole. Also, we're going to need to move our staging area. Absolutely. So let us... I'm going to move the staging area off to the 45. And we'll put the ender chest there to mark the spot here. It looks like it's right along this axis. E. 94, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Really? It's an even number across the diagonal? All right, so let's just take that one then. Now we'll bring everything over bit by bit. I know staging things before you get started is kind of boring, but it's really quite critical. I don't feel like that went in my inventory. Yeah, see how things just float away so quickly? Yeah, see how that just shot away from me like it was fired out of a cannon? It's like, what the heck? All right, so we have a couple of shulkers here. Cobbled deep slate. Sand. All right, the sand shulkers I want to put off to the side because those are for Dora. So the sand shulkers, let's put them like way over here. I'm sure I'm going to be moving these later, but whatever. And let me see, these shulkers should go right here. Maybe right there. Okay. We will pin up our good friend. We'll put him right here. Okay, fine. And then we need to move all of our chests. And I think it would be best if we did this from above, so they pop up into our inventory. There. All right, as much as I loathe chest monsters, I think they will better serve us right here. Yeah, okay. And how are we doing for time with the stream here? Oh, we're doing well. Looks like we have about 12 more minutes. All right, so let's handle this thusly. Exciting, thrilling streaming stuff here, people. Inventory management. It's funny though, because it is very critical to getting anything done at all. It really is. And given how slowly I build, any edge at all that I can give myself, it's totally worth it. All right. So we have a couple of chests to transfer here. If these chests were further apart, I would use shulkers for this, but they're right next to each other. It's really not that bad. I need those. All right. This, I'm thinking, isn't going to be that bad. Famous last words. Yep, we're full. So I'm not certain how long this inventory management's going to take. I don't think it'll take all of the remaining time of the stream, but maybe we can at least break some ground here. Dora, did you say earlier you wanted to talk to me about 7 days? Yes, I did. I mean, I've got a lot of irons in the fire right now. Because we do have generations, and we're alternating with generations with Baby Zombie Rush and the Survival 5 world. Generation 5 Survival world, and then we have Kachi Time on Sundays, and then we have Buffooncraft here on Fridays. And then we have Buffoon Sky. So we have a lot of projects in the lot of irons in the fire right now. But I think I can do that. I think I can log on and like I may just build out like a very small bothy. Of course, if you know, if I'm invited. I think I am from your post. And, you know, just focus on interacting with you guys. That would be kind of fun. And it's only 7 days, and I think you're already a few days into it. Hopefully not too many. Have you played before? No. So is there an agenda? Like, is there a... sequence that we have to follow with achievements and goals and stuff. I don't know if anyone else is joining. I thought Lone Star said he would. Or maybe it was Corny. I'm not sure. Have you started it yet, though? I'm thinking you're waiting until you get a certain number of players committed, right? No, it's just open world survival. Oh, okay, got it. And 7 days? Yeah, I'm on day 23, but I can always start another game. Oh, okay, I understand. For buffooners. Yeah, I got it. Buffoon. Buffoons. We are buffoons, dear. We are buffoons. Or as I collectively call them, the buffoonery for all of us. Which is making a noun out of an adjective. Excuse me. Or an adverb. Which I always love doing things like that. Abusing the English language like that. Bless you. Thank you. Got him, hug it. How am I doing here? I'm almost there. All right. Let's start bringing over some of these chests here. Oh, look at this guy. He thinks he's going to get all up in my business here. I think Nova said he was maybe going to add a 7-day server for us. Okay. Like I said, I have quite a few things going right now, so my participation will be limited. However, I wouldn't mind bopping in to check that. I mean, I do other things. Some of my friends like Pleasant Player, Cyclopsalops, they have events and stuff, and I bop in for their events. But it has to be very limited for me. Because despite the fact of being retired, semi or otherwise, I seem to be a pretty busy guy. Quite a bit busier than I expected. Which I guess isn't a bad thing, but... Oh, okay, cool. If... Also, I have to be certain I'm understanding you correctly, too. Because it seems to me like you've made a Minecraft server. Is that what 7 days means? And it's like you log on, you build something, and then we see what we accomplished like in 7 days or something. Is that what that means? Because I could be misunderstanding you too. Okay, so inventory management, 7 days to die is a game. Oh, wait. Okay, hold on. Hold on. Yeah, see, I'm misunderstanding you. All right, that makes a lot more sense. Oh, it's the 7 days to die. It's not like a Minecraft kind of thing. Yep. Yeah, I'm familiar. I've seen you guys stream 7 days to die plenty of times. I understand now. See, I was sure I was misunderstanding that. Block of redstone, there's tools. What am I trying to do here? I think it's tools 2. Oh, now I feel bad. Oh, don't. That's just me being old and, you know, limiting myself to one game, you know. I don't get the references like I should. So touch like this. We're going to be obliterating things. So this is where overpowered pickaxe and overpowered shovel come in handy. All right, here we go. So we can start by being on the outer perimeter here and then just skimming out the 2 layers. This is going to be fun because this is basically demolition. More than fun, it's going to be satisfying getting rid of that kelp wherever I see it. Good. Bye-bye. So let's go do all the shovelly bits first. And then we'll switch tools over to the pickaxe. We'll take care of that. Yeah, see, there's some dirt here, right? This is got to come out. That way we don't have to keep switching tools. All right, we can do this. But still, you're welcome. Yeah, okay, thank you. I haven't actually played 7 Days to Die. I only know of it through watching you and my fellow buffoons and streamers stream that. The only time I play other games other than Half-Life is, other than Minecraft is for Kachi time when Kachi's playing. It's not because I don't like other games. I'm just like too old to learn new games now at this stage in my life. And I don't have enough transferable skills. Like if you play enough games, right? New games have pretty much the same kinds of mechanics. So it's not really new, so you can bumble through it and still have it be entertaining, whatnot. Yeah, but I think it winds up frustrating a lot of my fellow gamers, you know, when I'm not able to play the game well enough at least to make it worth their while, you know, so. So it's a building survival game. Yeah, I've seen you guys stream it. I've seen Cheska stream that a lot, actually. Okay, this is good. So we have a lot of that stuff taken care of. Now we can just go do some of this. And like, I'm trying to stick to the shape of this, but this is going to have to be replaced with tough anyway, so if I carve into it in that dimension a little bit too much, that's not a big deal. We don't have to be so precise. We just have to be careful marking out this edge. One thing I didn't think about is this smooth stone does not insta-mine, so that was kind of stupid. The reason why I used it, though, was because I wanted the edge detail so I could count blocks. You'll see I'll use it for my substrate when I'm building out with redstone. That's the reason why. It's got a good color to it, so it's easy for viewers and other players to see. It's got the edge details so you can count out the blocks. Right. It works well in that application, so. So this first layer across the top here is going to be pretty slow removing. Pretty slow work. But once we get this smooth stone out of here, we should be able to go a lot quicker. And how am I doing for time here? I am actually past time to end the stream. It's time to wrap things up, people. I like it. I think we made a lot of progress today. In fact, I should just do this from the outer edge in first. For these first layers like this. Yeah. And then I can use the overlay and I'll check for integrity afterwards. But we need to wrap things up here. I think you would enjoy it. You can build all the things, yeah? You know, I think if I were to try it, that would be a good setting in which to try it with you guys in that kind of situation. That way it's not like super hyper competitive. I don't mind doing competitive things when it's just me, but when I have teammates relying on me, that's what I don't like. Because I don't like to let my teams down, you know. If I get on there and I completely suck at a game or something, I don't care about that too much. But I do when I'm on a team, though, because I do feel obligated, you know, to perform well for my teammates, you know. So I'll often decline things if it's a team-based thing. But if it's not and it's just, you know, singular individual gameplay, then yeah, I'll try it out. It's not really competitive. Yeah. All right, let us end our stream right here. Cam scene, there we are. All right, let's log out so we don't die. Let's look at rating possibilities, shall we? All right. Let's see here. So I always look up the raid possibilities on the phone first. And you know what? I think we're going to forego the raid today. Yeah, let's just do that. Let's just wrap things up. Very well. So everybody, thank you for joining me today. It was a lot of fun having you here. It was a productive little stream. I always enjoy those. Just remember that we do this Buffooncraft stream every Friday from 11 a.m. to 1 o'clock p.m. Pacific Standard Time. Our next stream should be on Sunday, 4 to 6 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. That should be Kachi time. And then the stream after that should be Wednesday from noon to 2 p.m. That should be Generations. And I believe we'll be in the Baby Zombie Rush survival world for that one. And everyone enjoy the rest of your afternoon, your evening, your morning, wherever you happen to be. Join us again next time. Bye for now.